It is not. It's not grammar heavy. So it's good. That's what you need, um, um, because even those who speak it, like Yazan here speaks his dialect, he wants to improve. Grammar is a whole different level. So, but I need you, really, I need you, because I do teach first level of grammar. But if you, I know some of you attended it. It might be a little bit higher than what you expect. You still need to improve on your vocabulary and conversational skills to be able to attend a little bit higher level. But I feel this, and there's 4 levels of this book. This is each level is 2 books, so there's a lot of information. Never taught it before. This is the first time, so this is kind of like a pilot. So it's kind of like, I don't want to say trial and error, but it's also experiment. I want to see how it's going to work out, and then we'll take a survey at the end of the class and see what if everything went well and if actually people learned. And I'm thinking of having at the end a little activity in Arabic, and maybe even having a smaller group. This is a small group. We had 5, 6 more students actually, but they're just not here today. I feel like sitting in a lecture with like 50 people and you just listen. That's one way to learn, but not good for languages. Languages, you got to be in a smaller group where you be and have the chance to actually participate and speak, because language is not only comprehension but also be able to express yourself, right? Like that. If you have any questions at any point, we may you can stop me and ask me. Okay. Right. So we're going to listen to this conversation, page 82, and we'll go over what's in it. Okay.
الدرس 28. الحوار الأول. انظر واستمع. متى تستيقظ؟
أستيقظ عند الفجر.
أين تصلي الفجر؟
أصلي الفجر في المسجد. هل تنام بعد الصلاة؟
لا أنام بعد الصلاة.
ماذا تفعل؟
We did this, right? Which one did we? Where are we at then? Oh, the one right after. Page 84. Yeah, I'm gonna just move to the next one. Sorry, we've done this. So this has an online component, and all the audio files are there, so you can always listen to them in your time. Okay, الوحدة الرابعة. Sorry, for some reason it went back to 0. 29. Okay. Yeah, 29, right? Sorry, Shireen. Right.
الوحدة الرابعة. الحياة اليومية.
الدرس 29. الحوار الثاني. انظر واستمع.
هذا يوم العطلة.
هذا يوم العمل.
ماذا ستفعل يا طارق؟
سأكنس غرفة الجلوس.
وماذا ستفعلين يا فاطمة؟ سأكنس غرفة النوم. وماذا ستفعل يا أحمد؟
سأغسل الملابس.
وماذا ستفعلين يا لطيفة؟ سأكوي الملابس. أنا سأغسل الأطباق.
وأنا سأقرأ القرآن.
ولا.
Okay, so obviously this conversation, there's a couple of things that we have to go over. So we learned هذا and هذه, correct? Right? And let's هذا and هذه. So هذا it's written like this. It's written like this, right? But it's pronounced differently. There's an alif. Ha. In reality, it sounds like this. Ha, the, right? If you think about it, but it's not written like that. It's the first alif is not written. It's kind of like this, little, hada. And then we have, so this is to point at a masculine gendered object or person, right? Object for objects and people, it doesn't matter. So you say Hada Abdullah, or you say Hada Masjid. It doesn't matter if it's a person or an object. It doesn't matter. Okay, but this is as long as the gender of it is masculine. So I'll just put it like that. Yalla ya shabab, quickly. هذه, same thing. There's no alif, but it's like a short alif. هذه, right? And this is for feminine objects or people, right? تقول هذه طاولة, هذه هند, right? Same thing. Okay. But this is only for singular, right? Do you want to? I think there's more to it, right? Like if you're pointing at, as you know, in Arabic there's a dual form, and then there's a plural, right? In Arabic, plural starts from 3 and above, right? Other languages, I don't know if any other language has this, but in English you just put anything beyond 1 is s, and that's it, or whatever the form is. But in Arabic, no. You have singular, you have mufrad, you have muthanna, which is 2 pair of anything, and it's used. It's all over the Quran. It's everywhere. It's not like even in our slangs we use that. We never say thniyan tufaha. We say tufahtiyan. We never say, right? It's just that's how you speak, right? Little kids when they start learning, they start saying that. Say thniyan tufaha, and then you correct them, and then they get it. That you. It's a whole difference. So this goes the same thing with this. So if you're pointing at 2 things, a pair of any things or people, then you just say ha, than, or thein, right? In your case, always use this, okay? For now, ha, than. I'll tell you the difference later. And if you're pointing at a group of people, what do you say? All over the Quran, everywhere. What is it? هؤلاء, right? Okay? It's all over the Quran, right? Every page has it, maybe. هؤلاء. هؤلاء is actually the plural of هذا and هذه. That's it. Today, we're not going to talk about this, but I'm just giving you a little bit extra, a little bit, like I don't want you to be stuck on one, just to develop that kind of like a few brain cells that work on that, to understand that there's always dual and plural in everything, right? Always, even in these things. So the conversation today is we're still in daily life, right? And there's a conversation among family members. Al-Um, هذا يوم العطلة. What does that mean? Today, هذا, pointing. As you know, this is a nominal phrase. There's no nominal phrase. There's no verb in it. As you know, you can have a whole conversation with no verbs in Arabic. It's fine, understood, and it's perfect, and it's okay. It works in Arabic. There's no helping verbs. There's no verb to be in English in Arabic, right? You don't have to. هذا يوم العطلة. That's it. هذا يوم is a day. عطلة, as you know, is إضافة. It's an association. You're associating one thing to the other, or adding one thing to the other. إضافة. هذا يوم العطلة. This is the holiday. It's the weekend or something like that, right? So what did the second person say? هذا يوم العمل. He's kind of like trying to say, yes, but we still have to do some work. هذا يوم العمل. عمل means work, right? Okay. Now, I need someone to remind me of the verbs we took. What have we learned so far? Verbs. And what forms? Give me a verb, Hamza. Anything. مضارع. A different form. يأكل. Huh? What is يأكل? You're hungry? يأكل is to eat, right? يأكل is to eat. Okay? Right. And this is the form we took. We didn't take أكل and all that. The past tense, we didn't take it. But يأكل. Now, remember when I said when I said, don't think of Arabic verbs as tenses. Think of it as forms, because this could mean past, present, or future. No way for me to tell without the context. يأكل means he is eating or he will eat. It could mean both. You know from the context, right? And then we learned the different conjugations. So يأكل, right? What else? نأكل, right? يلا حمزة. تأكل. نأكل. No, we did that. أأكل. همزات اثنين. أأكل. Sometimes they just say أكل. They do a mad instead. Okay. أكل. Okay. So this is one form, right? أأكل. Okay. He eats. We eat. And this could mean you eat or she eats, right? Depends on the context. أأكل. I eat. Okay. If you're speaking to second person feminine, يلا. تأكلين. تأكلين. Right. Now, okay, we know that. We took it all. That's it. It's a very easy way to turn this into future tense by adding one letter to it. Sin. At the beginning, instead of saying يأكل, you say سيأكل. That's future tense. There's no confusion there. سيقول السفهاء. They will say, right? And you add it to every one of them. سنأكل, ستأكل, سأكل, ستأكلين. Right? Should you practice that? Give me another verb. Don't say يشرب. أذهب. Okay. سيذهب. No, so go by this because I want to make sure that you know. سيذهب. سنذهب. Ignore that. Ignore that. Yeah, okay. سيذهب. Sure. Okay. If you're talking to your sister. No, you're talking to her. Second person. Yes. Okay, you got that? There's another way, it's not mentioned here, but you might come across. It's sofa. Same thing, you say sofa. So. But they don't connect it. It's a separate word. Sofa يأكل. He will eat. What is the difference? For you, it's the same. For you, for this level, it's the same. There is difference, but for your level, it doesn't matter. It does not matter at all. Okay? It's a very simple way. You bring the الفعل المضارع, the one that has يا and نون and تا and ألف, and you add سين. Okay? سيأكل. And this conversation is focusing on this concept. If you want to say something in future tense, you just add سين to it, and that's it. سين مفتوحة. That's it. Let's take other verbs, a little bit more complicated verbs. Let's say ينكسر. What is ينكسر? Huh? To break. How do you Shiham? How do you conjugate that with سين? ينكسر. سيا, سنة, سأ, ست, right? Same thing. The same thing. The beginning is the same thing. سيا, and you continue. ينكسر, س, نن, س, ت. Needs practice a little bit, huh? A little practice. Okay. Hopefully not. ستنكسرين. Yes. Okay. أستغفر. يلا. أستغفر. How do you do it? يستغفر. إيه ها? There we go. So there are exercises here in at the back. And part of it is this, right? So just make a list of you have to spend some time at home. Just make a list of all the verbs you know. Even if it's wrong, it doesn't matter. Even if you don't understand what it is, and conjugate loudly. Kind of like when you're reciting Quran, you have to do it loudly. So you can, get engaged all your senses. Don't do it in your heart. No, do it with your tongue, right? Because that's what you need to practice. Kind of like Quran, right? You have to loudly recite it. Okay. So, and then we learned how to ask for something. If you're asking for, what are the how do you ask questions? What articles have we took so far? Have we taken? Hell, and we know what that means, right? Right? We just add it to a nominal, to any phrase and turn it to a question, right? What else? If you ask about something, mada. There you go. Mada. If you're asking about something, you can't ask about people with mada. It just doesn't make sense. People won't get it, right? You can't say mada and you expect to be answered. This is this person, right? It doesn't matter. People won't understand it that way. You have to say men, or men, right? Mada. Okay, so here, what is he saying? Mada sataf'alu. What does that mean? What are you going to do exactly? What will you do? Mada sataf'alu ya Tariq. What did he answer? Sa'aknusu. What is aknus? Sweep, exactly. Yeah, clean is sa'unadhifu, right? Aknus is to mop, exactly, that. Or vacuum, doesn't matter. You can use that, right? Sa'aknusu غرفة الجلوس. غرفة الجلوس is living room. Now, and then وماذا ستفعلين? So what the mother is talking to, وماذا ستفعلين? Who's she talking to? Second person feminine, correct? صح? If you're asking your brother, what are you going to do tonight? ماذا ستفعل الليلة? And if you're asking your sister or your mother, ماذا ستفعلين الليلة? You have to, الليلة. You have to. In English, it doesn't matter. It's the same thing. It's you, whether you're talking to second person feminine or masculine. It does not matter in English. In Arabic, it matters. Almost insulting, actually. You have to make that distinction. You have to say, ماذا ستفعلين يا شهام? ماذا ستفعل يا حمزة? You have to do it that way. You see, that's how it is, right? It's different. You is different in Arabic. There's a form for second person feminine and second person masculine. And we took the conjugate. This is our 6th class where we moved. We're almost halfway. So if you miss a few things, I wouldn't. We can always go back to it or have you review it. So you have to respect that form. Did you guys know that? Is that new to you? It's not new. Okay. وماذا ستفعلين يا فاطمة? See, you don't have to say يا فاطمة, but he's putting that piece to let you know that he's talking to a sister. He's talking to salam alaikum. Talking to a second person feminine. What does she say? سأكنس, also سأكنس غرفة النوم. See, Tariq, when he spoke about himself, he says سأكنس. And Fatima said the same thing, سأكنس. It doesn't matter. When the first person, this form is the same. You say akulu or akulu, or you say ashrabu. It doesn't matter who you are. If you're, as long as you're singular, it's the same, right? But the second person is different. So keep that in mind. Right. سأكنس غرفة النوم. غرفة النوم is bedroom, right? From Noam, sleeping. So sleeping room, kind of like that, right? وماذا ستفعل يا أحمد? And it's just repetitive. It's the same thing. سأغسل الملابس. What is أغسل? To wash, exactly. To wash, exactly. سأغسل. أغسل يغسل تغسل تغسلين. الملابس. Clothes, right? Huh? حواس? I don't know that word. No. حواس? No. This is like this is probably a regional word. I never heard it. بالعراق حواس يقولون. بالموصل. Oof. Yeah, I know. I'm not from there. This is the north يعني هذا حواس. I don't know that word ever. Never heard of it. سبحان الله. Okay. وماذا ستفعلين يا لطيفة؟ سأكوي الملابس. What is أكوي? أكوي. To iron. It's all about daily things. We'll learn that. الملابس. الجدة. So, do you know what جدة is? What is جدة? الجدة, الجد. What is it? Grandmother, grandfather. Okay. الجدة. أنا سأغسل الأطباق. أطباق. Dishes. وأنا الجد سأقرأ القرآن. He's not going to do anything. He's just going to sit and read the Quran. Okay. Is there any question about this? Yes, go ahead. Wash, to wash. Will wash. Huh? ستفعل, do. Verb to do. Yeah. يفعل. يفعل is to do. يفعل, نفعل, تفعل, أفعل, تفعلين. And then he adds سين. ماذا ستفعل اليوم? Hey, what are you going to do? This is the most used verb. فعل, it means to do, right? فعل. Has a lot of meanings, but this is the original meaning of it, is to do. Okay? Any other questions? Okay, a few things. So we need to practice these verbs. What did he, on the other page, page 85, these are the vocabulary that you, the new, potentially new vocabulary that he mentioned in this conversation. يوم العمل is a work day. يوم العمل. And يوم العطلة is a holiday. Okay, so these are just a few things. You have to memorize that, okay? And then أطباق means dishes. أطباق means dishes. يكنس means to mop, to vacuum. ملابس means clothes. يغسل يكوي. يغسل is to wash, and يكوي is to iron. They're just, I don't know if you guys do any of this, but this, if you do it. Now you can. Now, what I would like you to do. Did everyone understand the everything about it? Okay, right. You good? Okay. Then we're going to do together this exercise here. I'm going to ask the question. I need you to answer me with a phrase. Don't just answer. Don't just give me the name. Don't throw just the name. Give me a whole phrase. I know we don't speak like that. If I ask you who did this, you say Abdurrahman, right? But no, I want you to kind of like, I need you to give me the full phrase because I need to make sure that you know. Okay. So here he says, تدريب أجب عن الأسئلة باختصار. أجب, it means reply or answer the questions briefly. باختصار. اختصار means briefly. أولا, من, what is من? Who, right? من يغسل الملابس؟ يزن.
أنا أغسل الملابس.
No, you're not with them.
Oh, no.
Tell me the. No, you don't have to wash someone else did it already. No, in the conversation, I want to make sure that you understood the conversation. من يغسل الملابس?
You want me to say
Who did it in the yeah. In the conversation, everyone did a chore, right? Everyone did something. I need to make sure that you understood everything, right? Right? So someone did the laundry. من يغسل الملابس? I'm not asking who would do that. I'm asking who is doing it in the conversation. You understand? Yeah, it's yeah, okay. Who did it? Do you want to answer the question? Jam, go ahead. Okay. What did you say? يغسل? Is that right? Can we say that? She'll be very insulted. تغسل. Remember, this is for first person. I don't know how else to do it, really. And second person, right? Remember this. It's a form that's kind of like a common form between two persons, and you understand it from the context. There's no other way. If I say تأكل, you won't have an idea who exactly I'm talking about. Is it تأكل أنت أم تأكل هي? There's no way. There's no way to tell. The context will give you the. So here you said الأم تغسل الملابس. تغسل. You can't say, right? Okay. Abdullah. من سيكنس غرفة الجلوس? The second question. I'm here. So من سيكنس غرفة الجلوس? Do you understand the question? Go ahead. طارق. Okay, good. Yes, but the question is not like that. The question is من سيكنس. So answer it that way. The answer is who will, right? من. So Hamza. طارق غرفة الجلوس. You can't say غرفة الجلوس. You can't say that. غرفة. Only one of them takes L, right? Good. Yeah, that's it. Okay. جبير. من سيقرأ القرآن? Is this the question? What is the question? من سيقرأ. So you answer it that way. Go ahead. سيقرأ. I need you to, if I ask you with se, you have to respond with it, right? That's the whole idea. It's a very simple exercise, but I need you to move that muscle. الجد سيقرأ القرآن. Yes, good. Ndam, you want to do some? Okay. من سيكنس غرفة النوم? You have to memorize that, my friend. You have to. This has to be second nature to you. Because otherwise the conversation will just be very, and then you switch to English at that point. Fatimatu, which form do you use for her? Yes, good. Fatimatu ستكنس. Okay. من سيغسل الأطباق? Hamza, did you answer? Where's your book? No, did you have it? Did you? Oh, you did it? Okay. Because we do have, I don't know who else? الجدة ستغسل. Good. ستغسل. من سيكوي الملابس? Do you want to try? No? Okay. Never mind. Shiham? Oh, you did. يلا. Yes. Go ahead.
So
What's the question? من سيكوي الملابس? Huh? لطيفة? Ignore the question. See, I know where the confusion is. When the question is always with this form. من يغسل, always in this form. But you don't have to, it doesn't mean that you have to answer in this form. Right? You understand? This is kind of like the default form when you ask a question. Kind of like when you say, who did this? من, who's doing this? من يفعل هذا? It doesn't mean, if it could be a group of people. It doesn't, regardless of the answer, that's how you ask the question. So see when it says, من سيكوي الملابس? من سيكوي, right? Okay. Who? Okay. When you answer, لطيفة.
what's the verb again?
يكوي. And you answer تكوي, exactly. Yeah, but there's a scene. Answer the full phrase. لطيفة. الملابس. Okay. Do you understand? So it depends on how. The question is always going to be with a ya, right? But when you answer, it depends on who did it, right? Okay.
We do a question about the like put in like let's say I'm talking to a group of women.
Right.
Put it-
No, you're always going to ask. You're always going to ask in this form. Even if you're talking to a group of women, you say, "Method, what do you want to ask?" من يقرأ? من يقرأ? Even if you're talking to a group of only women, you say من يقرأ, and then someone can say أنا سأقرأ, and you say أنت ستقرأين, right? No, you always ask with this form, kind of like the default form, huh? Default form. طيب, okay. Now there's a little bit of a tough question. كم, what is كم? How many or how much, right? Or what is the number? كم أفراد الأسرة? What does it mean? How many? What is أفراد? You know?
One, yeah.
No, أفراد means members. كم, how many? أفراد الأسرة. أسرة is family. Okay. So you understand the question? Answer it. I don't know. Any number. I don't care. Doesn't matter. There's mother Tariq, Fatima. There's 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8. So what is the answer? 8. Huh? ثمانية. 2 أفراد. Good. A little bit of a. Okay. من هم. What does this question mean? من هم. Who are they exactly? How did you understand it? Men is who, and hum is that dhamir we took, right? That's how, right? For instance, if you ask, I say عندي صديق, you say من هو. I say عندي صديقة, you say من هي. عندي أصدقاء, you say من هم. Okay? Men is when you ask about a person. Okay. The last question. متى هذا الحوار? What is حوار? حوار. Conversation. What we're doing, الحوار, we took it that. Yeah. متى is when. متى هذا الحوار? You realize there's no verb in this. متى هذا الحوار? It's almost in English you're saying, when this conversation. Exactly that's what you're saying. There's no verb to be. You don't need it. In Arabic sounds fine. It's perfect. That's how we talk. There's no verb to be. You don't have to put that, helping verb that you have to have somewhere in English. There has to be a verb somewhere. If you speak it naturally, you don't pay attention. But it is there. It has to be. In Arabic, you don't need that. You can have a verb. You can have a 10-word phrase with no verbs, and it makes sense and it's fine and people understand you. Yeah. So متى هذا الحوار?
So say في يوم العطلة.
في يوم العطلة. Can you say الحوار في يوم العطلة? Yes. Okay. Okay. Is this tough or simple? What is this? Is this new? Hard? Is this new for you, Hamza? No, you know all that? Then what are you doing here? You need to practice it, right? Yeah. But you're good. Yeah. But I really need you to practice this. Make a list of all the verbs you know. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be funny, it could be silly, it could be anything, and conjugate it that way. And get yourself to be able to say هي تشرب, أنا أشرب, like you have to. And then the more you do it, the more it'll make sense, and you will associate this hamza with yourself. You understand? It'll be natural to you, but you have to practice it. As long you can do at the beginning, you're going to be thinking, okay, what do I say? But then at some point, it'll be natural, like any language. That's how you learn it. First, you think, and then it becomes natural. But it takes practice. Right. Okay. We're ready for the next conversation? Huh? Let's do the next one. There's more verbs and more questions in this. And let's see. Right. So page 86.
الوحدة الرابعة الحياة اليومية.
الدرس 30.
الحوار الثالث. انظر واستمع.
متى تستيقظ يوم العطلة؟
أستيقظ مبكرا. ومتى تستيقظ أنت؟
أستيقظ متأخرا.
ماذا تفعل في الصباح؟
أشاهد التلفاز. وماذا تفعل أنت؟
أقرأ صحيفة أو كتابا.
أين تصلي الجمعة؟
أصلي الجمعة في المسجد الكبير. وأين تصلي أنت؟
أصلي في المسجد الكبير أيضا.
This is straightforward, right? Any problems with anything here? No? Any Okay, should I go directly to the questions? Or should I? Okay. Because if you say yes, we got it. To me, like I want to get to the point where we read it once, and we answer the questions right away. Because this, I'll get there. I'll get there. But that's what my goal. My goal is to read it once and you get it, right? I don't have to explain it, and then you understand it, and then we answer the questions right away. Because if you get to that point, you're really good. It means you're understanding. Because that's when you know you're good in a language. When I don't need to say it again. What was that? And you need to rephrase it and use simpler words. That means that you're still learning. But when you get to the point where okay, no, I got it. That's good. Okay, so I'll explain it. Meta, we know what that means, right? Meta, what does it mean? When. If you're asking about a day, a time, a year, it does not matter. Yeah, you say meta. Meta. And you can, meta, that's how you write it. And what are you asking about? Just put it there right after. For instance, you're asking about the game, meta al-mubarat. You're asking about salah, meta al-salat. That's it. There's no secret to it. It's very straightforward. Just meta and put whatever you want to ask about afterwards. Meta al-salah, meta al-dars, meta al-jumu'ah, meta ila akhirih, whatever you want to. Okay? Very straightforward. There's no complex way to say it. Just add. There's no need for a verb actually. Meta and you put after. What did he say here? You can do verbs. You can use it like here. He said meta tastayqidu. What does it mean? What does that mean? Wake up, right? Tastayqidu, right? Who is he talking to? Meta tastayqidu. If I say meta tastayqidu, who am I talking to? Who am I talking? Huh? To Faisal. Okay. So he's using it in this form, right? متى تستيقظ أنت. That's why he put أنت. Why did he put أنت? To clear up this confusion. Now this could be متى تستيقظ أنت or متى تستيقظ هي. Right? So what did he say? متى تستيقظ يوم الجمعة عفوا يوم العطلة holiday. أستيقظ مبكرا. Here they're using two words مبكرا متأخرا. Just memorize it. What does it mean? مبكرا, it means early. متأخرا, it means late. But this is the adverb form. This is adverb, right? I'll go over that a little bit because this will be good for you. Okay? So usually has you need a verb before that. For instance, I say جاء زيد أو حمزة مبكرا. He came early. He arrived early, right? or متأخرا. This is a, in this أستيقظ مبكرا. This is, you could put it, this is just for you. This is an adverb, right? حالي as well. Okay. You don't need this. You don't need to memorize this. It's just for you to understand it. أستيقظ مبكرا. So we answer أستيقظ. I wake up early even on weekends. ومتى تستيقظ أنت? And when do you wake up? أستيقظ متأخرا. Okay? Is this what you had? What was your question? مبكرا. Yeah. So مبكرا متأخرا. مبكرا. Memorize it. مبكرا متأخرا. These are, if you want to use it in an adverb form, then you then use it like that. جئت متأخرا. جئت مبكرا. نمت مبكرا, etc. Okay. And then he asked him, Faisal, ماذا تفعل? ماذا تفعل? What does it mean? What does that mean? ماذا تفعل? What do you do? ماذا تفعل في الصباح? صباح? What is صباح? Huh? Morning, صباح. What is night? ليل, or evening. What is evening? مساء. Okay. صباح, مساء. Usually the word صباح, the opposite is مساء in Arabic. صباح مساء, you see. They don't say صباح ليل. They don't. Yeah. صباح مساء.
I have a question here.
Mm.
See, maybe in this conversation, he says fee.
في.
But in the top one here, he's talking about the holiday. He doesn't say fee.
Yes, sometimes you don't have to. And yes, you can say, yeah, yes, you can say that. You can say it both ways. You can say ماذا ستفعل في يوم العطلة أو ماذا تفعل يوم العطلة. There's a slight difference in meaning. At your level, it doesn't matter. In casual speech, it doesn't matter. People are not gonna notice the difference. But in the Quran, there's a difference. In a text, if you're writing, there's a difference how you use it. But in spoken Arabic, even Fusha, it's fine. It's fine. You're good. People understood. Move on to the next thought, right? And that's the whole idea of any language, that you and I can converse and exchange ideas and move on, right? Move on from one thought to the other. It means we're communicating, right? That's the whole idea of the language. So for the purpose, you can say that. Even in the second question, you can say ماذا تفعل في الصباح. You can say ماذا تفعل صباحا. You can say it that way. Okay. Okay. ماذا تفعل في الصباح? He's asking. أشاهد. What is أشاهد? To view, to watch, or to view also. Because we used it in that, right? أريد مشاهدة الشقة, right? Remember that conversation? I want to see the apartment. I want to view it, basically. So that word could be used in, but so sometimes you have verbs that are used in different same basic idea, but different ways of using it. Okay. وماذا تفعل أنت? So he said, ما تفعل أنت, right? To clear up this confusion. أقرأ, to read, صحيفة أو كتابا. What is صحيفة? What is it? كتاب, right? It's a book. We all know that. صحيفة, what is صحيفة? Newspaper. What is O in between? What does it mean? Or, right? So if you say أقرأ صحيفة وكتابا, this means you're going to read both, right? It means I am reading a newspaper and a book. But if you say أقرأ صحيفة أو, it means I'm reading a newspaper or a book, right? So that's just another article to put in between. Tilfaz is television. Tilfaz is actually not an Arabic word. This comes from the word television. Exactly. So they made it. They made it sound Arabic because we don't have a word for it, right? In Arabic, there's no word for television. We use television, the same word. No one, or tilfaz. Tilfaz sounds tif'al, sounds Arabic better, right? It's just kind of like when you take a word and you make it sound. to make it easier for pronunciation. So there's a lot in Arabic like that. A lot of words that are borrowed from different languages and modified a little bit to make it sound Arabic, including tilfaz. So tilfaz is, you can say television, you can say television, it doesn't matter. People will get it. Everyone will get it because that's the word for it everywhere. In every Arabic country. I don't know. What else? Is there any? شو يسموه انتم بالسوريا؟ تلفزيون ها؟ تلفزيون مو؟ There's no other word. تلفاز. Okay. وماذا تفعل أنت etc. أين what is أين؟ أين where؟ أين تصلي الجمعة؟ He could have said أين ستصلي الجمعة. He could have said that, right? To make it sound okay. Where will you pray صلاة الجمعة? So he didn't say صلاة الجمعة. Doesn't need to. Just say الجمعة. He understood. It's implied that this is right. He could have said أين ستصلي or أين تصلي, because as I said, this could mean the future. This definitely means the future. Okay? There's no confusion. If I say سأقرأ, it means not now. I will do it later. أقرأ means either I'm doing it right now or I will do it down the road. It could mean both, right?
Is one of them more certain than the other?
No, no. Has nothing to do with being certain. Nope. But سيأكل, it means like if you add seen, then you're saying I will definitely do it. Not I will do it in the future. But you're emphasizing on the future, not on the action itself. No. Right? So here is implied from the conversation is understood. Because it's not now, it's in 7 hours or 8 hours, Salat al-Jum'ah. أين تصلي الجمعة? Or it could mean where do you usually pray Jum'ah, right?
I mean, it sounds like where are you praying?
Where exactly? Where are you? In what sense?
So like I can ask you where are you praying Jumu'ah, and then you would know, or where will you pray Jumu'ah? That would be it. So.
Yes. So he if he had said أين ستصلي الجمعة, it almost sounds like where will you pray it today? But أين تصلي الجمعة is where do you pray Jum'ah? Almost like what's your habit? You understand? So this is a very wide, it's a very broad, there's a very broad meaning to it. Yusalli. That's why I don't want you to think in terms of tenses. Think of it as a form. If you want to ask a person about his habit, you use this. For instance, I say, ماذا, if he's drinking, I say, ماذا تشرب? It means, what are you drinking? But if you're not drinking, I say, ماذا تشرب? What do you usually drink? What's tea or coffee, right? Does this make sense? Is it? Yeah. Maybe with practice and listening, it'll make more sense. But when you add seen or sofa, it means we're talking about the future, definitely. In the future. It's not going to happen right now. You say, اقرأي سأقرأ. I will do it. I will do it. I will read. Okay. أصلي الجمعة في المسجد الكبير. What is كبير? كبير is big. What is the opposite of it? صغير. كبير صغير. Okay? أصلي الجمعة في المسجد الكبير. وأين تصلي أنت? Where do you pray جمعة? He didn't say أين تصلي وأين تصلي الجمعة أنت. He doesn't need to. We're talking about it, right? So also Arabs like to make the conversation short. Not always. أصلي في المسجد الكبير أيضا. What is أيضا? Also. أيضا is also. Okay. It's not in the Quran. Interesting. This word is not in the Quran. Anyways, okay. So these are the new vocabulary. Kitab, we know that. صحيفة, تلفاز, يشاهد. I want you guys to help me conjugate the verb يشاهد. So, أنت, huh? Whatever. Start from any form.
أشاهد.
No. أنا
أنا أشاهد.
أشاهد. Yes. هو
هو
you
تشاهد.
هو no, you're not talking to him, talking about him, third person.
Oh.
هو you Okay, let's do it in this order. First person, plural. No. First person, second person, third person, plural. Okay? يلا. أنا go ahead. أشاهد. أنت تشاهد. Or هي أو هي تشاهد. Didn't we say that this ta is used in both? I need you to use it in both ways. هو. Okay. أنتِ. Yeah, تشاهدين. Okay. Okay. It's a bit longer verb. تفضل.
Sorry, الشهادة, why is it أشهد?
It's a different verb. This is أشاهد. This is a whole different verb. It's from the same root. Why is يشهد not يشاهد? That's different. It's a whole different verb, but the same. See, in Arabic, we talked about this. In Arabic, there's a letter. There's a three-letter root, and you conjugate the verb from it. Makes sense. You know, in English, you say science, to teach, scholar, knowledge. You know, they all mean something. But in Arabic, you don't have that. You have علم يعلم عالم علام علوم علم. It's all from the same letter, from the same root. So what you're referring to is يشهد. يشهد. What I'm talking about is يشاهد. It's a whole different verb, but it has the same root. I'm with you. It's all Sheen ha dal means to view, to witness, right? And then it's just the way you conjugate it. Inshallah, in the future, you'll learn the meanings and how to do that. There's a way to do it. It's not haphazard. It's not random. There's actually there's a way to know exactly how to do these conjugate. But I can't go into it right now. I need you guys to have a little bit more, and then maybe in the future we can have a course for that. But that's what I teach in level 1. It's called ilm al-sarf. Sarf, right? That's what it is. It's how to make those verbs and use them. And the meanings. How do you know يشاهد means to view, right? Or to watch. Okay. وصلي في المسجد الكبير. Okay. And then we have يشاهد. You have الصباح كبير مبكرا متأخرا. Now, a couple of things I would like to point out. Go back to the previous conversation. Notice that this is a little grammatical, note. Notice أصلي الفجر. No, not this one. Page 84. Look, every word all the words that come after the verb, there's a fatha on it. Fatha, because that's the object. مفعول به. Anything that the verb, the action, whatever you're doing, happens to it, there's a fatha to it. That's how you know. مفعول به, right? So, سأكنس الغرفة. عفوا. سأكنس غرفة الجلوس. So the room is going to be mopped. So you put fatha on it. You have to. You cannot put dhamma or kasra. You have to put fatha. People won't understand it if you don't. This fatha, this haraka, right? سأغسل الملابس. You have to say سأغسل الملابس. You cannot say سأغسل الملابس. You just can't. People will understand, but it's wrong. It's not right. Right? Why? Because it's the object. It's what's happened. It's the noun that receiving the verb, so to speak. That the verb is happening to it. This is the object, right? مفعول به is the object. Hamza, right? Object, right? But I know in Arabic, it's not an exact, but that's the closest to. سأقرأ القرآن, right? سأأكل الخبز. سأشرب القهوة, right? So anything that the verb happens to it is always fatha. Okay?
When is kasra dhamma used in any?
Later. We'll come back to it. I don't want to make it grammar heavy. Just learn that. If you're using a verb and you're doing and after the verb you're mentioning a noun, a word that the verb is happening to it, put fatha. Okay? It's an object, maf'ul bihi. That's what it's called, right? Okay? Okay? And you keep using it, it'll become natural to you. Okay? Right. Okay, so page 88, there's a group of, there's some words. يغسل كتاب حافلة صباح. I'm not going to read it, I'll let you read it. Okay? Now, we took the go ahead. أخبار means news. أخبار means news. It means news. صحيفة, from صحيفة it means a newspaper. Yeah, so yeah, specific. أخبار could be on TV, could be I told you, someone like word of mouth, right? But صحيفة is the actual thing, actual print. Yeah.
Where does the word jarida come from?
Same thing. Jarida is more Iraqi. Okay. Jarida. But jarida is more fusha. Yeah, it comes from jarida is what it's they used to. I don't want to go through that later on. Anyways, but use the word sahifa. I don't want to teach you my dialect, right? I want to teach you something standard that you'll be understood everywhere, right? You'll be able to communicate everywhere. Yeah, jarida is sahifa, same thing. Go ahead. Let's answer that question later. Because no, the answer is no. But just learn that. I don't want to give you a lot of grammar. I have to move slowly with it. Okay, any other questions? Okay. We learned the numbers, and I'm not going to insult you by having you memorize 1, 2, 3, having you calling 1, 2, 3. But what I would like to go over is how you describe something of being in the number one position, rutab. So we know we have. I'm going to write the numbers in Arabic. Sorry, I got to learn it. Yeah, this is actually not the. This is actually, this numbering system is Indian, and was adopted long time ago by Arabs. And the Arabic numericals were adopted by Europeans, right? Because that 1, 2, they call it Arabic, right? We don't use it anymore. We use that one, which is interesting. How someone I have no idea how that happened. Anyways, so if someone is in the first place, what do we say? Oh well. Go ahead. Ashir. Now, I need to go over 11 and 12 because that's how you tell the time, right? How do you say 11? Hadi Ashar. Thani Ashar. So here is going over time. Except this is masculine. Time, when you call the time, when you telling the time, you have to use the word as-sa'a, right? So there's a certain way to tell time in Arabic. You say, first, how do you ask what time it is? You can say kam as-sa'a. You can say mas-sa'a. Kam as-sa'a is good. Just don't say mata as-sa'a. It means when is, because if you say mata as-sa'a, it means you're asking about Yawm al-Qiyamah. You can't say mata, you cannot say mata as-sa'a. When is, you can't say that. So you say kam as-sa'a. Exactly. So as you have noticed and we learned, kam sorry, sa'a. The words that have this ta is feminine, gender in Arabic. Right? Usually. I would say most of the time. Even some, you might ask, well, if your name is Hamza, that also has a ta. But believe it or not, names that has this ta, like Hamza, Urwa, Muawiyah, old names, right? Hamza is still common, but there's a lot of old names that are used. They're actually treated as a feminine word, although it refers to a person. It's not, Hamza is definitely a boy's name. There's no female person's name Hamza, no one. But it's treated as. How do you know that? When you do the plural, you say Hamzat, right? Right? It's feminine, just from not the meaning, just the word is feminine. Anyways, that's just a side note. Anything that has ta is. So therefore, when I answer, I have to answer in the feminine form. So كم الساعة? If it's 5 o'clock, I have to say الساعة الخامسة. You can't say ساعة الخامس. خامسة. You have to add ta to it. You have to. الرابعة، خامسة، سادسة، سابعة، ثامنة، التاسعة، العاشرة، الحادية عشرة، الثانية عشرة. That's how we answer time. Now, for this, you don't say الساعة الأولى. You say الساعة الواحدة. You have to memorize it. How? If you're asking someone, you say كم الساعة, what time it is, right? You say مثلا الساعة التاسعة، الساعة الرابعة، الساعة الثانية عشرة. Even this you have to add. You say الساعة الثانية عشرة. Okay? I do it that way. And this is basically the. But if you're talking about someone who's like who came first in some race, whatever, you say al-awwal, means the first. Thani, right? Is this okay? Clear? Okay. And then you have there's some exercises. Are you guys doing those exercises? No? It's for you, really. And there's a lot of good things in it. Page 93 is just a revision of all the verbs that we took. أقرأ القرآن، أكنس الغرفة، أشاهد التلفاز، أقرأ الصحيفة، أغسل الملابس. And then seen. سأقرأ. See, that's for you to practice. Say سأقرأ. And then try to do all the others. سأقرأ. ستقرأ. سنقرأ. سيقرأ. ستقرأين. Try to practice those forms that you have learned. It should come natural, right, to you. First, get used to it, and then slowly you'll get it, right? And then ماذا, do the same thing. ماذا تفعل? ماذا يفعل؟ ماذا أفعل؟ ماذا نفعل؟ ماذا تفعلين؟ ماذا تكن? Like, do this, please. This is your homework. Do this, right? So you basically use seen with everyone and change it. The hamza, go like do all the forms. Okay? And see exercise number 5. متى تذهب إلى المدرسة? Try to modify. Say متى ستذهب إلى المدرسة؟ متى تذهب إلى البيت؟ متى تذهب إلى الطبيب؟ متى تذهب, etc. And then you answer the question. This is a good page. This is a good. أذهب الساعة الواحدة. أذهب الساعة الثانية. Just make sure you practice it. Okay? Page 94. This is, sure, you can do that, but I don't think you need it. Pronunciation, you guys pronounce very well, actually. You have no problem. And then there's more, there's actually page number 96, there's actually an audio component. You do it and then you listen to it and you answer the questions. Do you have any questions about this so far? There's a lot of exercises in it, and there some of them are really basic, others are really good. So just go over them, please. Don't leave them, because we're almost halfway through the book, right? We're going really almost halfway, almost. Right? It's all the same. And then there's page 100 and past that, there's this is writing. I don't know if you have difficulty writing. I don't think so. I see you're writing in Arabic, no problem. But you can always use it. Okay. Okay. Should we stop or do another conversation? We're at page 110. This will go over الطعام والشراب, food and drink.
So just review up until 110.
Oh yeah. There's an exercise. Just go over them, and try to because a lot of these are, you don't need to read really. There's just a picture. Do you have difficulty understanding what the question is asking you? No? Okay. Yeah. Just you want to stop here or you want to go a little bit more? Huh? Let's keep going, really? Are they going to hate you for that? You're good? Keep going a little bit? I suggest we... He's unfair to stop. Okay, let's... Because what I would like you to do, at some point, I have a little exercise that I thought of, that we do this. We put together 4 columns. And first column, we put all the verbs we learned. Let's put 10 verbs. And the second column, put like nouns. Third column, put like other like prepositions or whatever. And we come up with a continuous, kind of like a fictitious story using right? And see where that leads us. I need you to guys practice. It doesn't matter. It could be funny, it could be silly, it does not matter. However you move the conversation, right? At some point I would like us to do, but I want to make sure that you guys have enough. So I need you to practice the verbs we learned and memorize them and understand. Okay. So let's do page 110. الوحدة الخامسة درس السابع والثلاثون. Okay. Let's do that.
الوحدة الخامسة الطعام والشراب. الدرس 37. الحوار الأول. انظر واستمع.
يا سالم إلى المطعم.
كم وجبة تأكل في اليوم؟ آكل 3 وجبات. الفطور والغداء والعشاء. هذا كثير جدا. أنا آكل وجبة واحدة. هذا قليل جدا. ماذا تأكل في الغداء؟ آكل اللحم والدجاج والأرز والخبز. وماذا تأكل أنت؟ آكل السمك والسلطة والفاكهة. ما وزنك؟ 60 كيلا. وما وزنك أنت؟ 100 كيلا. أنت سمين جدا. وأنت نحيف جدا.
Right. What do you think of this conversation? How often does this happen? It's just it's really just to learn words, really. I mean, maybe we speak like that. I don't know. Anyways, let's go over the Do you understand the conversation? Okay. So it's a conversation between two people talking about food and how much they weigh, really. So what is the first, Hamza, read the first line. What is it? What does he say? أين تذهب? Ya Salim. Okay. You ignore Ya Salim because that's just Ya Salim. You just أين تذهب means where are you going? Right. What does he say? What does it? إلى. What does إلى mean? To, right? إلى. Okay. مطعم, restaurant, right? إلى المطعم. And then كم وجبة تأكل في اليوم. See how they see this is how the way you phrase you put together the words, you build your phrases is this in Arabic. You always start with the question article. You always start with meta. If you're asking a question, you always start with meta or kem or aina. Always these words always come at the beginning. Now you could use it differently, but that's the right way to do it and the most natural way to do it actually. Always start with meta, aina, kayfa, ila ain, mada, man, ma. Always start with these, right? And this is how he asked the question. He said, kam wajbatan. Now when you ask about how, this is how many, kam wajbatan. What does this mean? Wajba is a meal. Wajba is a meal, right? And as you notice here, it has a ta. What does it mean? Feminine. That's how, right? It's a feminine word. Wajba, right? Every feminine word, when you make the plural of it, how do you do it? Huh? Alif ta. So you remove that ta and you put alif ta. Right? More examples. Sajda. Huh? How do you make you remove the ta and you put alif ta. Same thing, rak'ah. Rak'ah. Remove the ta and you put alif ta. This is one form of plural in Arabic. One form of plural for feminine words. So even the name Hamza, although it's masculine, it's a boy's name, 100%. But then when if there's like three of you, I say Ja al-Hamzat, right? I treat it as a feminine word because it has ta. Okay, so as a general rule, any word that ends with ta marbuta, this ta, not the ta tawila, no this ta, this one is a feminine word in Arabic, and you treat it as such. And if you want to build the plural form from it, you remove that ta and you add alif ta. For instance, Muslime, you say Muslimat. You don't say Muslimatat. You don't keep the ta. You remove it because that's an extra ta. You don't need it. This ta is just there to tell you it's a feminine word. Even word like batta, which means a duck, you say battat. Even these little words like that. Go ahead.
Yeah, in this situation, you remove the grammar of the word. What situation would you not remove when you're using it as an adjective?
There's no, this is how you do it. There's no other word. There's no other way. No, always leave it. There might be an exception, but I'm teaching you the common way. I'm not going to go into the exceptions because my idea is not to dig deep into grammar and all that. Just if you do this, you're right 95% of the time. You're good. And that's what I want you to do. I don't want you to be perfect at it. I want you to be able to move the conversation forward, right? To be able to sit to know how to build a plural from these words. And that's one form of plural in Arabic. There's so many forms. Plural is very complicated in Arabic. There's some standard and there's different ways to do it. Like that. So what did he say? He said, كم وجبة تأكل في اليوم? كم وجبة? How many meals? See, the word after kem is singular. It's not plural. You don't say kem wajabat. You could, but keep it singular. And it's always kem wajbatan. You have to. You can't do anything else. If I'm asking you how many meals a day, if I'm asking you how many rak'ah you prayed, I say كم ركعة تصلي كم صلاة تصلي. I have to put, so that's just for you. If you don't do it, you'll be okay. People will still understand, but that's the right way to do it. Okay? So what did he answer here? He said كم وجبة تأكل في اليوم؟ قال سالم آكل. See, he didn't say أأكل. He added the two hamzat. You can do that sometimes. If there's two hamzat, Arabs don't like it. It's hard. So they turn the second hamza into alif. آكل, right? Those who read Quran, they understand this. So originally it's this kulu, right? It's hard. Kulu. So what they do, they just remove the second hamza. So you say kulu, easier. Kulu. And they write it like this. They write it alif and this madde on top of it. Kulu, right? If there's a hamza and you add another hamza, it's hard. It's very hard. A'jamiyun wa Arabi, right? It's hard to say A'jamiyun wa Arabi, right? In the Quran, it's just hard because the hamza is very deep here, comes very deep, right? And ayn is also very hard. So we do it that way. So what did he say here? Akulu. You can say, but you can say it if it comes natural. Say akulu. Sure, no problem. آكل ثلاث وجبات. وجبة وجبات. ركعة ركعات. سجدة سجدات. You can say wajabat or wajbat. You can either say, you can leave the sukun here on the jim. Like it's sajda, you can say sajadat or sajadat. It's correct. Both are correct. No problem. Because it's just easier to say it. What's up? I don't know. Wajaba from wujub, maybe? Yeah. I never thought of it. Wajaba from wujub, from... Sometimes there is a root, but it moved on from it, and now it's used in a different form. So. But wajaba from wajaba, maybe from... Because wajaba, the verb means to fall. So it could be from that. إذا وجبت جنوبها فكلوا منها. فإذا وجبت جنوبها. It could be from that. Yeah. Anyways, so let's leave it right now. I don't want to go deep into that, but it's probably from that, from wajaba. Okay. آكل ثلاث وجبات الفطور والغداء والعشاء. So these are the three meals. الفطور. Notice that he said الفاطور, which is the correct way to say it. الفطور. See, this is a little kind of like a little note. In Arabic, so these are three words. What is the harakah on the first letter, the first word? How do you say it? Yalla. How would you say it? Huh? Wa or wu? Is it wudu or wadu? Okay, what do you guys think? How do you say it? You guys use this word? Even if you don't speak Arabic, you say wudu. I'm going to go do wudu, right? Wudu, right, okay. So wu is the act of performing ablution, wudu. Okay? Wu is to ignite, is the ignition, futur is the act of eating breakfast. Okay? Okay? Understand? But if you put fatha instead, it changes the meaning, believe it or not. It turns into wudu is the water that you use for wudu. Waqud is the fuel of the fire, not starting a fire. Fatur is the breakfast you eat. So, and you see this a lot. Therefore, in the Quran, it says, وَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمْ إيش؟ مش وو, وَقُود. If you say wuqud, it doesn't give you the right meaning. And same thing as wadu. It means the water of that's just a little. So notice that he said al-fatur. He didn't say al-futur. He said fatur. Now, okay, this is very subtle. If you say either or in spoken language, it'll be fine. But this is very subtle just for you. Right. الفطور والغداء والعشاء, you know that. قاسم هذا كثير جدا. So there's two words. We learned كبير and صغير, and then there's كثير. What is كثير? Huh? A lot. And what is the opposite of it? Huh? What do you say? قليل. I heard something else. كثير قليل. كثير is a lot, قليل is a little amount. Right? Huh? What did you say? He says that, okay. Is there another word that you guys know? Because I heard something different. I don't know. I thought there's a different word. هذا كثير, that is a lot. هذا قليل, that is little. Right? So you know the word, you can just put هذا next to it. What is جدا? Very. You can say that, جدا. So I say هذا كبير, this is big. هذا كبير جدا, this is very big. Too big. Okay? هذا قليل, هذا قليل جدا. Right? هذا صغير, هذا صغير جدا. So he comments, he said, هذا كثير جدا. أنا, he's proud of himself, آكل وجبة واحدة. I eat one meal, this guy. Eats one meal a day. What did he say? هذا قليل جدا. The other guy didn't like it. Comments, right? You understand that? And then he said, what do you eat? ماذا تأكل في الغداء? What do you understand this? ماذا تأكل في الغداء? He says, أكل اللحم. What is لحم? Meat. والدجاج? Chicken. والأرز? Rice. Sounds like it. والخبز. This guy really likes his food, huh? Meat and chicken, huh? Okay. وماذا تأكل أنت? The other guy's a little bit more well, healthier. Look what he's eating. آكل السمك, سمك, fish. والسلطة. Sounds like salad, because it is. This is not an Arabic word. This is an English word that was taken and used, borrowed. Salata sounds like salad. Salata. So, okay. And that's exactly what we use. This is the word we use. We don't have any other word for it. Salata, and that's it, right? والفاكهة. Fakih, you know what fakih is, right? Fruit. And then he asked him, ما وزنك? What is wazn? Weight, right? Weight. ما وزنك? And you remember how we see what it? ما was nook. Remember how we how a couple classes we connected the dhamir, the what is it called? Preposition? Huh? Is it article?
It's kind of called like possessive pronouns.
Wallahi, I really don't know. But anyways, dhama'ir. Remember how we, like if I want to ask about something that belongs to you, I say, هذا كتابك, right? هذا كتابها, هذا كتابه, هذا كتابنا, right? Remember? We took a long list, you had to, okay. So ask him, ما وزنك? He answers him whatever, 60 kilos, kilen. That's also an English word, right? That was borrowed. We don't have the word. This is kilo. We just say a kilo, right? But it doesn't. It's not an Arabic measure of weight. We have other old, but we don't use them anymore. Very rare. That's why in Kutub al-Fiqh you see that sa' and mud and the old. We use this. This became standard for everyone. We use like a gram and kilogram and tons and that basically. Right. وما وزنك أنت 100 كيلا أنت سمين. Samin is fat, basically. نحيف is skinny. It's just teaching you the word. Please don't go to a guy who say أنت سمين جدا. Don't say that, right? Of course you won't say that, but it's just for you to learn, right? Just for you to learn the samin. Samin means samin from sim, from which is fatty, basically, right?
So you can't go to a girl and say, ma waznuki?
ما وزنك ما وزنك ما وزنك. No, of course you can't. But this is just teaching you, of course. Obviously, this is common sense. But so and then we use the word samin, which is basically obese, and nahif is skinny, and this is a description of people. Please don't use it. It's just not polite, right? Obviously, but it is that way. It is samin, right? Samin. The more polite word is badin. Badin. More polite. Badin. Huh? If you're describing someone, you say, huwa badin. It means, badin from badan means sizable, right? But you say samin is just not nice. Nahif is fine. You can call someone nahif, they'll like it. What's up? من فضلك؟ أنت سمين من فضلك؟ Excuse me, but you're no. Yeah, samin is just not a nice word. Badin is better. Badin. Badin. Samin, a name? No. Badin. Oh, no one's named Samin. I would be Samir. You want to say Samir? Samir with a ra is a name. Huh? Okay. Okay, leave it. Leave the side conversation. You're good? Do you understand this? Okay, good. Okay, أنت سمين. No, he said not only that. He says جدا. You're very fat. Basically, this is what he's saying. But badin is better. Badin is just a nicer way to describe, someone who's overweight, polite way. أنت سمين. أنت نحيف. Nahif is just fine. It's just nahif. Nahif means skinny. Okay. Okay, do you have any questions about this? Okay, I'm going to stop here. And next class, next week, we'll just go over, we'll repeat this, and then we'll just go over a few of the words. And please do the exercises, and don't leave it. I know some of you might find this to be a bit easier at certain aspects, and I try to give a little bit of kind of like little grammar, few grammar pieces just for you to be challenged, but a lot of it will depend on how you memorize and practice, right? So do the exercises, please. Memorize these, especially the way we conjugate these verbs, because that's how you're gonna speak, right? And I can move on to a different, if you memorize this and you're good with it, then we can move on to something a little bit more complex in terms of, I want to give you the other, like فعل الماضي and how to, فعل الماضي is easier, right? It's easier at certain aspects, okay? Any questions?
I have a question.
You have a question? Go ahead.
You know how that's like the plural, like wajibat? How would you?
Not wajibat. What you said homework. So don't. I need you to pay attention to your harakat. Wajibat. Don't say wajibat. Go ahead. Sorry. Wajibat. Yes.
How would you do that for two?
We haven't taken this test yet, so I would leave it for now. I don't want to last minute overwhelm you with the information, but we'll do it. You mean the dual form with henna? Yeah, we'll learn that inshallah at some point. But wajibat. No, leave it. I'll teach you that later on. Okay. Any other questions? Did you have a question? Yeah. Well, we'll take these small pieces later on. Yeah. Turn it off. Jazakallah. Wa alayhi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Okay. No questions, nothing, no, okay. Is it boring? Is it